Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm in X-Plane again, and we're going to be doing the second flight of our journey across Europe in this series. This time we're going from London City Airport, where we left off last time, to Nantes Atlantique Airport in France. As you can see, the livery I've got for this aircraft is very fitting. We've got the Nantes livery, so it's a slightly different A320 variant. It's got just different wingtips and a different livery, but we're at the same gate as we were before, at the same airport, and yeah, we're going to get going. So let's just start off, set the temperatures right. They always are in a weird place when you start them up. We can get those batteries on, turn on the external power. APU can be started as well. Okay, cool. AP bleed on, external power can come off now, and arm the emergency lights. Let's get rid of GPU, don't need that. And I need to connect the catering, close all the doors. I've already set the passengers and cargo, so that's fine. Okay. No smoking and seatbelt signs. Let's get the ADIS.
Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Okay, we've got the ADIS set up. We're going from Echo Golf Lima Charlie to Lima Foxtrot Romeo Sierra. Airport codes, same call sign as last time, just the one I normally use. Cost index is 34 for this flight. We're cruising at flight level 290. And get that set in automatically. Flight plan, we're departing from runway 27 today, using the lid 5 Tango departure. Insert that. Then from lid we're going direct to Hardy, the closer one ideally. Then we're going direct to Cannes, again the closer one. Then to Boulox, direct to Valax. No airways this time. There was an option to have airways, but it actually makes it very complicated. There's a lot more stuff that I need to put in for this route in particular. We're doing the VOR-21 approach, which is why it's in this series. The approach into Nantes in this direction is quite interesting because it's at a bit of an angle, sort of following the river next to the city rather than going straight in. But anyway, using the Valax star, that should be fine. Insert. I'll just test it on this page. Good. Right, and yeah, you can just about see there. It's going in. It's at. Sorry, I can't speak today. It's going in at an angle to the actual runway, which sort of goes along here. Yeah. That's fine. Set the performance page. Flaps 2 takeoff. Flex 40, which is the lowest it'll go. That means that we get the most thrust on takeoff, which we will need at London City. Not really supposed to be flying A320s out of here. So yeah, we're going to need as much thrust as we can get, really. But yeah, that should be fine for now. Let's just update this. QNH is 1009. There we go. and I'm just going to set the altitude right up to flight level 290 straight away. No problem there. So here we go. I've adjusted the views on the wing a little bit, but we can just close all the doors now. I'll probably just remove the stairs, catering, close the doors. Alright, doors are closed now. So I'm going to get rid of the chocks. We don't need to push back because we're at London City Airport. The parking layout is a bit different. So let's get those beacon lights on. Engine fire test quickly. Yep, that's fine. Fuel pumps on. And we can start up those engines. Turn that to ignition and start engine 1.
Starting engine 1.
Alright, let's get engine 2 started up as well.
Starting engine 2.
Good, both engines have started, so let's turn the ignition back to normal. AP bleed can come off now, we're running off the engines, and the packs can go on. Turn off the APU, and now, here we are, just get ready for taxi. We can get the runway turn off lights on. Nose lights on taxi. Nav and logo lights on. Flaps set to takeoff.
Flaps 1. Flaps 2.
Brake fan on. Auto brake set to max for takeoff. Spoilers armed.
Spoilers armed.
And let's go. Going to runway 27, so I'll have to turn right.
A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with EasyJet.
Okay, so I've turned the landing lights and the strobe lights. Well, strobe lights are on, also landing lights are on as we entered the runway. But we're going to be momentarily leaving it just so we can get the aircraft turned around, but they are on. And yeah, I have to get the nose lights on takeoff as we line up. Got to make sure that we use up all the runway that we have at this end, as this is such a large aircraft at such a small aircraft. Sorry, such a large aircraft at such a small airport. Not doing a very good job of speaking today, that's fine. As long as I can fly the plane. Alright then, here we are. Very nicely lined up. So, nose lights to take off. Everything looks good for takeoff, and we can get going. Flex 40. Check.
V1. Rotate.
Ooh, a bit windy.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Too low, gear. Too low, gear.
Yeah.
Too low, gear. Too low, gear.
Gotta get a very steep climb out of London City.
Flaps 1. Flaps 0.
Right, let's get the autopilot on now.
Autopilot 1. Cross check.
Good. So, bring the nose lights off now, and the runway turn off lights. Brake fan can come off. Disarm the spoilers.
Spoilers disarm.
Okay. Good. You can just see the airport down there, just above the wing, and the O2 Arena. Goodbye, London. We're climbing through 10,000 feet now, so let's turn off the landing lights and allow the passengers to walk around if they need to.
While the seatbelt sign is on, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated.
I do like having ortho photos on the ground, especially as we're climbing out from an airport. I did install ortho scenery for Nantes just for this flight. I probably won't keep it because of how much file space it takes up, but it will make the approach look a lot nicer. There's the Thames estuary, just there, out into the North Sea. And you can just about see London off to our right now. There are the Houses of Parliament, the Shard, the Tower Bridge. And we have now made it to our cruising altitude. Good. Yep, there we go. So if I just check this page, top of descent, it's 169 nautical miles away, and that'll be at UTC 1416 roughly. So yeah, I will see you when I need to program the approach. Alright then, we're back here at cruise, and we are now 24 nautical miles away from top descent, so I'm just going to set up this approach now. Let me just update the information for the arrival airport. Oh, there we go, happened quite quickly. So, the QNH at the moment is 1011. There's a lot of information there. Temperature 17. Wind is 230 at 10 knots, so quite windy, but pretty much, well, not pretty much, but somewhat right down the runway. Close enough. And I couldn't find any charts for Nantes Airport that included the proper decision height altitude, so I'm just going to put it at 180. It doesn't really matter anyway, it's not foggy there, as far as I'm aware. So that's fine. Go back to the cruise phase, 16 nautical miles to go. Here comes that top descent marker there. I just got to check what altitude. I'll go down to 3,000 feet, just for now. So down to 3,000. And then just wait for this marker to come close to the aircraft symbol, and then we can start the descent. And here it comes. I'll just push it now. And we're now in descent mode. Good. I just realised that I haven't got my sound set right. I turned them off for cruise, but there we go. That's better. Sorry. Yeah, you might have noticed that there's a considerable change in sound. It's because I didn't have any of the cockpit noises going on. Alright, we're descending down through 10,000 feet now. There we go. So let's get the landing lights on. Seatbelt signs on as well. And the approach is underway. We're going into some cloud below 10,000 feet, hopefully. I said earlier that it shouldn't be too foggy. I'm hoping it's not. I'm sure it probably says somewhere here. Few 030, 3,000 feet. So hopefully it's fine. Oh, Just had a update in weather. Oh yeah, I can see the ground, it's fine. Now, we're still in the clouds, but we're down through 7,500 feet now, so let's just go performance and then activate the approach phase.
Approach phase activated.
There we go, and you can just see the river there. That is just at the end of the runway that we're going to be landing on. Well, not just, it's going to be somewhat far away, but you are going to be able to see it quite up close as we get close to the runway. Alright, so we're somewhat below the clouds now, and you can just see the airport there off in the distance, next to that massive lake. Here we go, so let's just push that. The QNH is 1011, that's correct. And I believe that, although I'm not fully familiar with VOR approaches, it is somewhat similar in that you can push that you're supposed to push the approach button, and it will lock on to the glide slope, although it's not a precision approach, so I will take over manual control. I did that with the ILS approach at London City anyway, but yeah. Anyway, you can see now that the runway is at quite an angle to our approach. I'm fairly sure that this is to avoid the big city here, or at least the centre of it. But yeah. So I'm going to start bringing out the flaps, and I'll hit that approach button. Yeah, there we go. It says descent to final, approach nav. Yeah, that's fine. And then we don't have to worry about this. This is already set to our go around altitude of 3,000 feet. There we go. Final APP on the primary flight display. Here comes 3,000 feet. Flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
And I should probably set the auto brake. We're going to set it to medium. Spoilers arm.
Spoilers arm.
Oh. Hopefully it'll try and recapture that little square there. You can see the city now very well.
2,500.
Right, let's get the gear down.
Gear down.
There we go, 3 greens. And I'll set flaps to 3.
Flaps 3.
I'm going to turn the nose lights onto taxi, runway turn-offs
Radio
on,
altimeter alive.
brake fan on, MCP altitude's already at to go around. Autopilot is struggling a little bit in this wind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines which you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Here we are flying over that river now.
One thousand.
Alright, let's go flaps full.
Flaps full.
And I'm going to now disconnect the autopilot and fly it in manually. ECAM is showing no blue, so we are ready for landing. Bit turbulent. So my joystick's creaking a little bit.
500.
400.
A bit high.
300.
Keep it going down.
100 above.
200.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Decel. Reverse green.
Spring reverse is back now. Manual braking. Okay, that was a pretty good landing, I think. Wasn't too smooth, but I didn't float it, which is what I was worried about. And we can now vacate the runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you.
Fifty. 40. 30. 20. 50, 40, 30, 20. 50, 40, 30, 20.
'So there's a quick replay. I thought it wasn't too bad of a landing. Ignore the speed brakes, that they weren't really working properly. They never work with replay on this aircraft. It's a real shame. Hopefully in the future they will fix that issue, but anyway, I am supposed to be doing things. Let's
Flaps
retract
3.
the flaps.
Flaps 0.
Now we've exited the runway, landing lights off, strobe lights off, and let's start the APU. Let's just find a suitable gate. Oh yeah, this one here on the left will do. Right, let's stop there. Get that parking brake on.
Brake on.
Turn on the APU bleed. And we can shut down the engines. Alright, all of the external lights can be switched off. Seat belts can go off, passengers can get up. Turn off the brake fan. And now, let's open up all the doors. Get some stairs, some catering vehicles. And the trucks as well. Here they come. Good. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, if you did watch this far. And thank you very much for 300 subscribers as well. I noticed that I got that just after I posted my last video last week. Or last weekend, I should say. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can. That would be great. And I will hopefully see you in my next video, which should be to Chambéry Airport. So yeah, bye everyone.